Hi everyone, I'm back with another movie review, this time The Flash, after waiting 2 years of it being pushed back. This will contain spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers like usual, shut this off, come back when you watch the movie, because I'm going to spoil it. We all know what it's about. It's the Flashpoint. The Flash, Barry decides to go back in time to save his mother's life. Now in the movie, his dad's appeal comes up, and they have video footage of him at the store, but he doesn't look up, so they can't verify he has an alibi. All because of tomatoes. A can of tomatoes Barry's mother needed for supper. So the dad went to get them. This is when everything happens. So Barry goes back in time and puts tomatoes in the shopping cart. As simple as that. That's all it took to save his mom. Of course, as we know, it completely messed up the timeline. So when he goes back to the wrong timeline with younger Barry at 18 years old, who's very obnoxious, by the way. Ezra Miller plays both, but I where he was so obnoxious, I took it to mean the Barry we know. His mother died when he was young. His dad went to prison. He was forced to kind of grow up very quickly. This Barry didn't have to do that. So he's less mature? That's what I took it. So he explains to Barry what's going on, and he realizes I gotta get Barry these powers because it's supposed to happen today. He happened to stop at the time where he's supposed to get his powers. So he takes him to the lab, sets it up. They both get hit by the lightning. Young Barry gets powers. Old Barry loses his. That was a funny scene. He goes to do his fast run, but he's running normal speed. It's pretty funny. And that's where they realize they made a mistake. Then he goes looking for the Justice League to help, because General Zod is here. This is the time where General Zod showed up looking for Superman. However, in this timeline, Clark's not here. They think he is. They think he's being held captive by the government, so they go break him out with the help of Michael Keaton's Batman. Great scene when they go to Wayne Manor. First, he tries to get a hold of everybody. He Googles, no, there is no Wonder Woman. No Wonder Woman. They call Aquaman Arthur's house, but in this timeline, Arthur's a dog. That's right. There is no baby. There is no Arthur. So they go to Wayne Manor. Michael Keaton. He's an old man. He's long retired. He doesn't want to help because he's retired. So Barry and Barry decide, hell with it. They go to the Batcave. He got to plead, Bruce, please help. We need your help. He ends up helping, so we do see Michael Keaton in the bat suit. We did see Ben Affleck as Batman and Wonder Woman before he decided to change the timeline. Now this part, at the beginning, to me, it was kind of lame at the beginning. He's trying to save this hospital. It's falling. He saves all these babies. Eating a lot while he's doing it. It was just kind of hokey, I guess. So that was like, oh, I hope the rest of the movie isn't like this. It's not. He did save the babies because Batman's busy doing something else. Wonder Woman ends up helping him. It shows from behind Superman doing something else, so he's busy. Alright, back to the timeline. They end up getting who they think is Clark. They finally get in. It's a girl. Like, we can't just leave her here. It's Supergirl. I will say, great job. I really enjoyed this Supergirl. I hope she's a Supergirl for the DCU moving forward. I do. I hope it stays that way. So they go fight Zod after some convincing to Supergirl because she hates humans because she's been held captive. Ever since she got on Earth, she's been held captive. So she has no use for humans. But finally, she does decide to help. And as they're fighting General Zod and his army, she dies. Batman dies. Michael Keaton's Batman dies. And younger Barry, like, we can go back and change this. So he goes back, try it all again, and they die again. And he keeps doing it over and over and over and over and over. With the same outcome. Older Barry realizes, like, we can't change this. This is how it's supposed to be. Like, see, earlier, when he went through the timelines, you see Barry's life in layers. And someone comes down and attacks him. I had a feeling what was going on. But, so as young Barry keeps doing this and doing this and doing this, they keep dying. And then this guy shows up and attacks old Barry. It's young Barry. He's been doing this for years and years, where this guy's like an old Barry. Trying, and young, middle Barry, I'll call him. The original Barry that we know. I was like, how long have you been doing this? Because he's an old man now. And he realizes the only way he could stop this is to take tomatoes out of his mother's shopping cart. He has to lose his mother to save the timeline. But it was kind of really cool. You probably heard about some cameos, like Michael Keaton, who was in it more than I thought he was going to be, so that was excellent. But we got to see, like, Adam West Batman, George Reeves Superman, Christopher Reeves Superman, Helen Slater as Supergirl. We got to see Nicolas Cage's Superman. It was really cool seeing these. Like, obviously they were all like CGI and clips of old movies and shows they put in, but it was still really neat seeing it in other timelines. They were there. I really enjoyed that a lot. So Barry goes back to the supermarket when he put the tomatoes in the shopping cart. He's in disguise. He talks to his mom and starts crying, and she doesn't know who he is. She gives him a hug, like, I'm just here visiting my mom. How much she means to me. And then he takes the tomatoes out of the shopping cart and leaves. So that was... He knew he had to do that. But while he was at the supermarket, he moved the tomatoes from the middle shelf to the top shelf. So his dad had to look up, so the video camera seen his face for his alibi, which was a nice touch. So his dad did get out of prison, and then when he's leaving the courthouse, he gets a call from Bruce Wayne. Like, I'm on my way, congratulations. He gets out, it's George Clooney. It's not Ben Affleck anymore, it's George Clooney. So that was pretty cool too. One of my favorite parts of the movie is in this alternate timeline when he's talking to young Barry and his friends. They're talking about the future, Back to the Future. And yeah, Eric Stoltz was great in Back to the Future. He goes, you mean Michael J. Fox? So they get in there. I just thought it was a neat touch, because if you know the story, Eric Stoltz was Marty McFly. But it just wasn't working out after they filmed some scenes, so Michael J. Fox took over. So I thought that was just a really nice touch. I like that a lot. Eric Stoltz did Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox did Footloose. Kevin Bacon did Top Gun. It was just interesting. I just liked how they threw that in there. So the movie ended with George Clooney as Bruce Wayne, and we don't know what's going to happen. I liked it a lot. Now, a lot of nice touches. I did like seeing the nostalgia factor of seeing these old, like, Christopher Reeve and all them. That's pretty cool. And Nicolas Cage. I'm going to give this movie 4 Willows out of 5. 4. I hope they continue using Supergirl. I don't know what's going to happen where this is supposed to reset everything. I don't know. But that's my rating. 4 Willows out of 5. Highly recommended the Flash movie. I was nervous going into it just because I have been waiting so long to see it. It did start off a little bit slow for me. Like I said, I thought the beginning part was kind of lame, but it did pick up. Very well done. So that's my review. If you've seen The Flash, comment down below. Tell me what you thought of it. If it lived up to your expectations, how you felt about seeing these small cameos of past actors in the role. Till next time, thanks for watching, everybody.